So good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host Hector, and today we're gonna talk about the brand new album by Cattle Decapitation, and it's called Terrasite. And the name of the album is, it's a creature that is eating the earth. It's from, they mix like the terra with the site, and that's it's not a concept album, but it's a running theme through the album and the 10 songs. The songs and the album is all about, a cleansing of the earth. And reading the lyrics to these songs, you can tell that we, the human species, are the scourge, and the Terrasite is here to cleanse the earth of the plague and the virus, which is human beings. Which I know it's after COVID and everything, it hits hard, but it's an album that it's obviously it's brutal. It's a death metal album. Cattle Decapitation. Just when you hear the name, you can know that this music is going to be very brutal, very in your face. But something that this band does well is that they do not solely rely on brutality. That's something with many death metal bands. Like, they always want to prove who's the most brutal, who has the most disgusting lyrics. But this is a band that relies on lyrics that can be brutal, but they can also be very quite intelligent. And Travis Ryan, as a vocalist, is great because he can squeal like a pig, but he can also sing. And the way he enunciates his vocals, you can understand the lyrics, which I think help, because when lyrics are not understandable, it doesn't sink into me. But with this album, you can really tell what it's about. And it's not only, they don't rely only, like I said, on brutality. They rely on atmosphere, and there's some progressive elements to them in some of the songs, which I'll mention later. So this is 10 songs, and I heard other YouTubers talk about this album, saying that they thought like the album was like the first half was brutal and the second half was less brutal and more hopeful. But to me, it's brutal all the way through. There's some hopefulness to the album, but not much. This is a very bleak record. And we start an album with Terrasite adaptation, and at first it starts with a lyric like life finds a way, like the fauna recreates from the trauma. You can tell what it's about. It's a great album opener, and it's a great lyric that is reminded you of like the earth is cleansing itself. And I thought of like recent programs like The Last of Us, where they talk about the fungus cleansing the earth. So very similar to that. So the Terrasite, it's cleansing the earth of all the bad things. And the first 3 songs of the album, they're so brutal and pummeling that, like, I think it's just a great way to start the album. Then we have We Eat Our Young, and lyrically it's also very tough. And musically, We Eat Our Young, even though it's brutal, I think the guitars on this album sound great. They sound very crisp, so great job on the guitars on this album. Yeah, they have a lot of those like fast beat drumming and like blast beats, but they don't overpower the songs. Then they go into Scourge of the Offspring, and there's a part on the lyrics that it says like, we are the scourge, we the earth are the bad things that happen to this planet. And this is the theme that keeps going through. And some bands can make it cheesy, but not Cattle Decapitation. I'm telling you, Travis Ryan is a great, the lyrics here are great. He's very good at painting a picture with words, and the story comes to life. And the music is good, but I think that the lyrics make them better, because when you have intelligent lyrics that paint a picture, it's just great. It's the icing on the fucking cake. Then you have the Insignificance, The Storm Upstairs, and at the halfway of the album, and The World Will Go On Without You. I just love that title, because it's so true. Sometimes we think that we are the most important thing, and when you die, the world keeps on moving, you know. There's another day. People keep doing stuff. Life does not stop. And this song is brutal, but there's some atmosphere to it, and they have some singing with some children on it. And if you've seen some videos of me, you know that I'm not a huge fan of children singing in choirs, but with Cattle Decapitation, and in this song in particular, it makes for an eerie atmosphere, and it really fits with the song. It does not feel forced, and it does not feel corny like on other albums that I've talked on the past. So that's one of my highlights of this, like that, a half point that is great. And it does change a little bit of the mood of the album, from not just being brutal, but there's some hopefulness to it, but the bleakness is always there. Then the other songs that follow are great. You know, Nostalgia is a very fast, relentless song, but I think that they saved the best for the last with the song Just Another Body. And Just Another Body is the song that finishes the album, and it's a 10-minute track, and it starts with some haunting piano on it, and then the mood keeps building, and then it can get harder as it goes. The lyrics here are great. Travis is singing about like we are just another body with like 8 billion people in the world. Like there's nothing special about us. We keep polluting the earth, fucking things up. And at the end of the day, when we die, we are just another body, just another number. I'm like, wow, it's it's a great way to finish this album, both lyrically and musically. I like that this track is the track that is most progressive in nature. It's not prog metal, you know, but it has changes in it. It has piano. It has like some parts on the singing that are more like clean singing, like not spoken word, like, and you can understand the lyrics. And that's what makes this closing track so haunting, so great, and just finishes the album on a very high, strong note. This is one of the best death metal albums of the year. I think that Cattle Decapitation set the bar really high with this release, because death metal sometimes can, like, yeah, it's brutal, but I need something more than that. I need something to sink my teeth into. And what Cattle Decapitation did with this record, with their lyrics, with the overall themes of this record, is create a masterpiece of an album with lyrics. The music is great, and the whole atmosphere. So yeah, Terrasite is an album that sets the bar really high. It's not a concept album per se, but it's an album that when you listen to it and read the lyrics, like it comes to life. And that's what makes this album stand apart from many other death metal albums that you will listen to this year. So highly think this album at the end of the year will be on a lot of like album of the year lists. I have no doubt that it will be in lists, because it's just an amazing record. So what do you think of Cattle Decapitation and Terrasite? What are your favorite tracks from this album? And of course, if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like, and do not forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. So until next time, this is Hector, the Shield on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you, and good night.